The best Wolverine versions of all time. Wolverine is without a doubt the most recognizable of all the X-Men. He's the best of the best at what he does. But there are many different variations the character has been utilized in. Wolverine is in almost every form of pop culture, in one way or another. So I decided to compile some of the favorites here. Here's the chance to see where it all lines up. What are the greatest interpretations of Wolverine? Some of the most powerful versions of Wolverine are other people, most exemplified in the form of Laura Kinney, the former X-23. Others are sometimes frightening, but always fascinating versions from other universes that present fans. With a Logan who has even more power than he does ordinarily, and much more capacity to help or hurt depending on the circumstances. Earth 616. The Wolverine from the main Marvel universe of Earth 616 is one of the strongest X-Men in any era. He has superhuman strength, stamina, and agility, all of which supplement his primary weapon, his adamantium claws. Adamantium can cut through just about anything, and he's made short work of numerous powerful enemies over the years like the Brood and Hellfire Club. He also has a regenerative healing factor that makes injuring him essentially pointless and killing him even harder. Days of Futures Past. Days of Futures Past from Uncanny X-Men number 140, when and number 142 is one of the darkest future timelines in Marvel Comics. The Wolverine from that dystopian future is one of the most powerful versions. Older, wiser, and more hardened from years of horror at the hands of the Sentinels. He shares all of the regular Wolverine's powers and abilities, including an adamantium-laced skeleton that is indestructible. It's the only thing left of him after a Sentinel brutally destroys him in one of the most iconic X-Men panels ever. Dark Claw. Dark Claw is one of the strangest versions of Wolverine, but also one of the most powerful. This fusion of Wolverine and Batman features all of Logan's powers and abilities, but also the detective and analytical skills of Bruce Wayne. This character from the Amalgam Comics crossover between Marvel and DC Comics in the mid-90s also has all of Bruce Wayne's wealth, providing Wolverine resources to fight crime he never had on his own. Hot Claws Wolverine. For a time, the Earth 616 version of Wolverine got a major power upgrade. After he was brought back to life in the comics, his healing factor became supercharged and excess energy, transferred to his claws, which heated up to become Hot Claws. This new power, introduced in the Return of Wolverine miniseries by writer Charles Soule and artist Steve McNiven, made the already impossibly sharp adamantium claws even more so, but it's since been completely forgotten about in the Krakoan era. Ultimate Wolverine. The Wolverine from Earth 1610 mostly has the same powers as his 616 counterparts, but in some respects, he's even more powerful. The Ultimate Comics character is far more ruthless and willing to use his dangerous powers, making him much more dangerous. Ultimate Wolverine engineered a scenario that almost killed Cyclops, and he later brutally attacked Magneto. He was potentially also a far more advanced martial artist than Wolverine, with sustained training that he seemed to remember more of than the 616 Logan. Weapon Omega. Weapon Omega is one of the most powerful versions of Wolverine in any universe. He has all the powers and abilities of his Earth 616 version, but also those of Apocalypse, who he supplants as the leader of the Horsemen in this dystopian universe. Among the vast powers he has, Weapon Omega is essentially immortal. He can also teleport, fly, mentally manipulate others, and also manipulate his size and shape by controlling his molecules. Lore of the Vampires. One of the strangest realities in What If? Comic books gave fans one of the most powerful versions of Wolverine. Issue number 24 of the series saw Wolverine bitten by Lord Dracula. He then killed Dracula and became Lord of the Vampires himself. Wolverine killed most of the X-Men, turning some to vampires, and was able to control them and others with hypnotic powers. He quickly began a bloody campaign against New York City and the rest of the world. Earth 12025, the Earth 12025 version of Wolverine, or as he's properly known, the Governor General of Dominion of Canada and Viceroy of Her Majesty's expedition to Shangri-La, is effectively a god. He has all the powers of the traditional Wolverine, but his skeleton and claws are laced in adamantine, a mystical metal favored by the gods of Olympus. The golden metal affords Wolverine many advantages, including being immune to any telepathy Earth-12025 attacks. It's even more durable than adamantium, making Wolverine invulnerable, even to extraordinary power like that of Thor's hammer. Laura Kinney. Laura Kinney is Wolverine, a clone of Logan with all of his powers and abilities, including enhanced senses. She's able to track people from great distances thanks to a greater sense of smell and is also much more alert than her teammates in general. She doesn't have as many claws as he does, only 2 on each hand, but she's distinguished by being powered on occasion by the Enigma Force. The Enigma Force is the new power behind Captain Universe, making Laura one of the most powerful Marvel cosmic characters when she has this power. Phoenix Force. The most powerful version of Wolverine in the comic is the host of the Phoenix Force, one of the most powerful cosmic entities in the Marvel Universe. This version of Wolverine can manipulate matter and reality, and unleash unimaginable cosmic energy. He would be able to travel through space and consume the energy of stars, as other versions of Phoenix have. He is no match for any opponent, as old King Ford discovered, in a far future alternate reality, where Logan reigns supreme as the Phoenix.